Hello, everyone. Welcome to another weekend. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Whew. All right. Hope everyone has done well this week and uh, went about your own independent individual lives and prospered. And letting you know continuously that everything is all good. And before I get started, say the most important phrase in all of social media. Long live the habitual line steppers. All right. I know y'all. Some of you are looking at that title and saying, "Man, y'all just talk about anything on these platforms, huh?" But there's always a logic to it. Always. It's never a. It's never a dig. Or sometimes it's not like that. But I just want to let y'all know that there's a meaning behind all of it, and hopefully we get into that meaning tonight. And there's so many dynamics to it. And I mean, like, and I know what y'all thinking about some funny meme or anything, but talking about a mentality, you know. So, and I know it's kind of, I know people are going to be kind of lost and think that this is going to be a comical broadcast. Well, for starters, it probably is. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. So, um, start out like this: the internet has brought you a lot of things, but lately, what has brought a lot of people is that imagination, and a very vivid one too. The internet has created a lot of things, a lot of people, started to create people. Remember back in the day when we didn't have the internet, we had TV, and people had to hustle a lot to get noticed. Like, if it were still like that today, there's no way that most of these people that are on the internet would get any kind of shine or attention. Let's face it, all of that. Without the internet, there would be no black men being brutally honest. I mean, unless we had another way of doing it, like a publication that everyone mailed in letters to. But I mean, without this internet, hey, some of you wouldn't be you. Think about that. Without this thing we have called the internet, and this thing that we have called YouTube, what would you be? What would any of us be? I mean, I know I'll still be Kevin. I mean, and I know a lot of you will still be you too. So, I mean, I hope so, because if you're not, yeah, that's a sad, sad, sad thing. Seriously. What I'm saying is this. I'm saying is this. The first and foremost, all of us should be worried about ourselves. I mean, for real, our own self maintenance. You know, our own self care. Self care was a word my significant other said to me a few weeks ago. Said, it looks like I don't do much of it because, I work all the time. I don't ever take a couple of days for myself and just sit down and relax. Always on the move. Point is to me saying that is that doesn't require the internet. So, but at the same time, if you run 3 shows a week, I feel like that I'm not doing it expressly to waste my time. If I want to use some shows to help, we can use some shows to help. If you want to use some shows to entertain, I can use some shows to entertain. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be Kevin. Period. These kinds of things are fun and extra and convenient. Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't come up on a platform and talk for hours or listen for hours. because there's something special about the people who watch these broadcasts too. Commit themselves from beginning to end. I'd be surprised at the size of an audience that can hang on for a few hours because there's so many people that are good at what they do. Just like everybody can't be a talented football player, everybody can't be a talented basketball player. Everybody can't be a talented singer. Everybody can't be a supermodel. But, you can be you at the end of the day. You can just be you, and you can be okay with that. I'm not a motivational speaker by any stretch of the imagination. The only thing I can do is share or pull some things out of my brain that I've learned in my past 40 plus years of existence. Like I thought people would rather, I would say, rather pate and be in a circumstance where we can all just relax and like the for it to be the, I don't know, the fruits of our labor, to see the fruits of our labor instead of being out here working all the time. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would be like the perfect world, to be able to generate productivity without working so hard. But we always do little stupid shit to hold ourselves back. And I mean, it's a part of a non-perfect existence, I would say. Existence cannot be perfect. If it is perfect, then it will become chaotic and then it will end. There has to be balance in all of this. It can't just be one goddamn way and then not explain it really well. You have to be able to break it down in a way that makes the most common sense, I would say. There may be some people out there with better ideas. I've never made the claim to be the smartest person in the world. It's cool though. It's cool shit. Cool shit to be able to come to a platform or come to the internet, period. I don't know, and be able to deliver a thought process that is unique and that is different and that is outside the norm, yet still able to contribute. But certain elements belong in certain places, I would say. I would say certain elements don't belong on the internet, and certain elements don't belong in your reality. you know. Now, I did pose this question, and I'm just going to go ahead and eliminate the mystery and go ahead and answer it right now. And better yet, I'll just put it on the screen. Yep, there it is. They're heaven for an internet gangster. The answer: denied. Why internet gangster? Shit, why not? You're on the internet. let me get the cash app scrolling across the screen. So it's been another long day. I need to rest up before these things, but I will do my absolute very best to bring you guys another good show. And as always, it's for edutainment purposes only. Fair use in place for anything that we do here. And the Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and there is a blatant use of harsh language throughout the program. So just be warned. If you don't like the cuss words, then You were warned. Yeah, is there a heaven for an internet gangster? The answer is denied. I don't know because it's a fabrication. It's a character. How in the hell can you prove you're a gangster from a Wi-Fi connection? You know, I'm asking because you hear a lot of guys piping on here, like I don't know, angry and looking like they're gonna bust blood vessels under the fat in their boobs and just piping and just being hoarse the next morning because they've yelled so much. It's like, what is all of that for? What really? What is all of that for? I'll get to the chat in a second. I see some comments. I mean, let me recite the words of Rodney King after he took that beating. Can't we all just get along? No, because we gonna be here for a while. Some of us. I mean, God willing, knock on wood, whatever logic you want to sign up with. I'm here for you. But no, it's not a heaven for an internet gangster. And if there's a heaven for an internet gangster, there's a heaven for literally every fucking body. Literally. Just open the motherfucking door. Shit. Yeah. What makes you if say there were internet gangster? What makes you a made man? Breathes heavy. Breathing heavy, that's what makes you a made man. That's what makes you an internet gangster. That's what makes you so mad when you listen to other people. You have to listen to other people talk. Maybe you're not the superior aura in the room. Do you talk in a way that let me ask you this. Let me ask the people that's watching. Do you talk in a way that you can have people sitting around you and listening and providing input, themselves? That's how the feel of a panel should be. That's how the feel of a panel should be. It should be as if you're sitting in the room, and even if it gets somewhat heated, that's what it is. That's what conversations are. That's what conversations do. Sometimes people get heated. But think about this: when y'all on these panels yelling at each other, talking about catch a flight, imagine, or any of the other arguments and screaming matches. Imagine that being present in the room when you're having these regular conversations where you're sitting around other folks. Half of you Negroes, let me stop. Half of these people wouldn't even do all that. You know how foolish you would look and how animated and dramatic you would look if you were actually yelling and screaming like that around people. I guess that's why y'all come to these little internet streets and do it. I don't know, the frustrations in life that don't allow you to be able to vent unless you're here. Now, I do understand that logic, and let me explain. A lot of people use Facebook groups and war rooms to vent their frustrations about what's going on in their life. Now, let's not get anything wrong here. A lot of that shit is projections. A lot of those are shit contests. A lot of those are shit posts. A lot of it's trolling. But there's always a layer of truth to it. And a lot of that time, as it applies to that person, they try to project it like it's everyone else, but it's usually them. Say, for instance, and here we go. Say, for instance, if a BW is talking about how sorry niggas are and is always constantly doing that, then there's a good chance that she's always dealing with sorry niggas. Sorry excuses for human beings. That's what she's used to. Instead, she comes to it like black men need to straighten up because she's always running. It's not that she's always running into those guys. She's attracted to the motherfuckers. Shit, dudes. Sometimes dudes, they start talking shit about, oh man, what attracts all these females to these internet gangsters. I don't know why, man. They always going after internet Pookie and internet Ray Ray and shit like that. Man, man, I don't know what's going on with these uh hoes. I don't know what's going on with these. Shoot, now. I'm not being real. I'm just kind of talking right now. You know, off the top of my head, like most of us do in these black YouTube streets on these panels. Some of us be coming up with some profound shit now. Ain't nothing wrong with a black man saying something profound. Because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get rid of the Walmart mentality with black people. Like I said, you look okay, let's put it like this. Yeah. Disclaimer, you can call me racist all you want. But this is really, if you really think about this shit, it's the truth. We look at white as everything right. We look at Asian as technological. We look at Middle Eastern like wealthy with oil. Guess how we look at black? Walmart. We have this Walmart mentality with us, with our people. Because this is why you hear a lot of guys sitting around criticizing about they'll say things like niggas think they just saying stuff that's profound. They just saying profound stuff, and then they're getting attention, and they're telling everybody to hit the Cash App. By the way, my Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You can hit the Cash App if you like. If you like, but thanks for watching anyway. Shoot, if anything, as you walk in, hit that like button. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe. I'm here every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I am the Weekend Warrior. And tonight we are talking about, is there a heaven for an internet gangster? And remember, the internet created the incel too. Because what I just got through talking about, hey, oh man, why the ladies always attracted to these old internet gangsters, man? Oh man, they love internet Pookie. That's you people. Now I would say people kind of look at that as like incel talk. Like, bruh, if you just, I mean, like, I know things might not be as simple as doing a couple of push-ups, but opening your motherfucking mouth can go a long way. Yeah, but like I said before, people use the internet to vent their frustrations and project. Usually, if they're talking about something all the damn time, if they're never switching it up, it might be their main problem. If you're constantly up here talking about black men ain't shit and you're a BW, it's because black men who are worth something probably don't want to mess with you for maybe 5 or 6 good reasons. 5 or 6 good reasons you're not willing to realize. I'm just saying. I mean, you're not to blame for everything. I mean, what people would miss in a statement like that is I already said the guy have issues. I already said the guy ain't shit. People will miss that. People will go blow right by it. But it's the internet. Project, 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 project. So if you're always angry, if you're always mad, if you're always blowing up, if you're always saying things in this forceful, aggressive way, if you're talking in a way that you wouldn't sound normal talking in. Because, see, I talk like this for real. I try to keep in a cadence because I'm on the air, but for the most part, I actually talk like this. See, I feel like this is what overall media needs. Overall media needs normal fucking people, not robotic sounding news people, and definitely not an internet gangster. Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. Now. Some things just aren't that serious. They're not. But anyway, I'm about to open up this panel. About to open it up. Oh, I got a bunch of comments. Who is down there in the comments? Let me give some shout outs before I open it up. All right. Shout out to Sister George. Thank you for the super chat. She says, KF. All right. Long live the habitual line stepper. Sister George is a habitual line stepper. I know I've said that several times and I keep saying it, but hey, you know what? It's true. That's my homie down there. So we got Rogish, the Bill Monger, Kareem Henry in the building, Ken seeing red. What's going on? See, I'm gonna remember the people that I see every week. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. I mean, just just looking for great stuff in the future, of this channel and the future of Black YouTube and the Black Manosphere, wherever it may go, or whoever may represent the name. Hint, hint. Black Warrior Spirit, what is going on? Big Dennis, Perfect Timing Podcast, says salute to the cool table and long live the habitual line steppers. Big Dennis gets it. Yes. See who's. All right. Shoot, Roger's the Bill Munger. Black men being brutally honest, respect. I got hella love for the Yay, but I'm out here in Dallas. The Yay got some of the best tribal cultural retention for Black people. Yeah, that's really good to hear. Hashtag Bay Funk. Sure, I like to see it one day. It's like, yeah, it's like whenever it's like to tap into true blackness when you're around environments such as that. You have a feeling of wholeness. You have a feeling of arrival. You really feel the spirit of that environment when you're in a cultured Black environment, a real one, none of that fake shit. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good, and it feels good. And why wouldn't we want more of something like that? But yeah, I mean, the world isn't perfect. I mean, all of us have our different ideas of perfect. Gold Professor, Black Warrior Spirit. Oh man, I gotta put this on the screen. Boom. All right. Judge Dre, JudgeZilla the Beast, Indigenous TV. All right, I'm finna open this panel up. It's like, shoot, if JudgeZilla's still here, I'd like for him to come up. Yeah, we're gonna be black men tonight. Shoot, we catch a lot of unnecessary flack. We do, and I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit, and it's like BGS. I said this word one day, and BGS he hangs it over my head, but it's true. You gotta be a bit diminished because so much smoke for black men out there, and it's I know there's a woman out here. Oh, black women too. Say okay, so yeah. Calm down, calm down. Viscount Lavelle, long live. Oh look, he accepted my invitation. What up, JudgeZilla?
I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Let me find something that can make a gun clicking sound or something. Does that work?
Yeah, that will absolutely work.
Click click slack slack to make you know that I have like some hardware that's next to me because for somehow that's supposed to scare you on the other side of this Ethernet cable somehow. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe somehow. That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's how this internet gangster shit works, man.
That's kind of how that. I'm just observing here, and I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to like somehow or another. I am supposed to be able to threaten and intimidate you over Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah, man. I'm
It's
sick.
not how it used to work when I was in middle junior high school
Well,
and working a little beyond there in some places I probably shouldn't have been. But hey, that's how it works now.
I mean,
So that's what's important.
yeah, because man, the internet, man, that's some of the safest gangster shit that you will ever go through in your life. Can you imagine
Yeah.
that safe gangster shit? How would that look on the outside?
Um, I can't. It's very difficult. It uh, it's a how can I put this? I'm trying to put this in a way that doesn't necessarily throw anybody individually out under the bus. Uh, when when the threats started to be when I started seeing the threats being made for somebody else to pay for somebody else's airline ticket so that they could come see them so that they could come fight them. How did how do you think that's actually going to play out? Pay for my airline tickets and perhaps my lodging
Shit,
so that I can go out there and show up at your front door and we can and then what happens after that?
she was supposed to be like shit. I guess supposed to throw down, man. Supposed to trade fists,
Right,
mano a mano.
but what happens after that?
You make a broadcast about that shit. Like, come
Wait,
back to
wait.
the
So
what?
wait, okay. So is he supposed to buy me a round trip ticket?
Man, yeah, you're right, man. There's got to be some stipulations, man. There's got to, there's got to be some rules to the game, as they say. Just,
I mean, I and then it got switched to okay, let's not do that because that sounded ridiculous as it should. And then it got you have to pay for your own ticket to come out. Like, to, it's like it's a preemptive. It turned into a preemptive threat. If you don't like what I'm seeing, come see me. And I kind of get that because back in my day, it was if my eye ain't black, my lip ain't busted, and my nose ain't bleeding, we must not have a problem. So I understand that. Okay, if you got a real problem with what I'm saying, but again, these are words, opinions, at best, possibly educated positions stated in the void of the internet.
the void.
When he put it like that.
If you don't like what I'm saying, or if you don't like what Kev's saying, like there are other channels.
Facts.
I mean, I don't have a channel, but there are other places. But I want to hang out here. Well, then if you're gonna want to hang out here, then you gotta put up with what my response is I make jokes and I make jokes at everybody's expense. But here's the thing.
Yeah, the only way to do it.
I make more jokes at my own expense.
You do that too.
Else's expense. But I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm the archetype. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying a lot of this shit gets confused in silliness.
Yeah, it does. But having been someone who issued such a invite, you know what I'm saying? You saying what you do afterwards? All right, you do what you do when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? You had that scrap, but then you're older. Shit, go get a beer. You know what I'm saying? and then you can have that brotherly talk. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we miss. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I used to like fighting as a youngster. And not just in the aspect of I'm beating up on somebody. Nah, you know what I'm saying? It was a good contest of sorts. And you know what I'm saying? For those who actually, you know what I'm saying, like resonate with that, you know, it's kind of hurtful to not be able to do that as an adult no more.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much, man. It's like motherfucker get breathed on wrong. They want to pull out a weapon. God, gosh darn it!
Yeah.
Why are you yelling at me?
well, I mean, it's called the Great Equalizer for a reason, right? So
Yeah.
those of us who are proficient in fighting, it, right? This is my inclination. The more often you were successful at fighting, the more you enjoyed fighting.
Yeah, bro.
So if you were successful more often than not at fighting, you enjoyed it, and you never thought about the people at the other end who may have had more L's than W's.
Uh-huh.
So, and
I mean,
then that's not even to speak that of those who were perpetually on the sidelines and just looked at it from the outside in, saying, "Nah, I don't want that."
but the thing is, if you love fighting, you understand that L's come with them W's. Nobody's going to win everything. You don't win. Nobody wins every fight. Nobody wins every fight.
Right,
What,
but the dude that has 20 L's and 1 W is not going to look at fighting the same way.
Point taken.
Like I remember there used to be a saying that a lot of white dudes would say, and I never understood it. Some Mexicans do it. I heard say it before too. I could take, actually some brothers too. I remember, like, actually it was kind of universal. It was a universal saying that made no sense to me. I could take an ass whooping.
okay, we'll take another.
Or another variant was, well, I'm not afraid to take an ass whooping. I think you might be going into this with the wrong idea.
I'm not afraid.
Maybe if you pause, maybe pick up Oprah Winfrey's The Secret. You know, get some positive affirmations out there for yourself. Like, if you're going into a fight knowing you're going to get your ass whooped, you might have to consider some things like a little bit better.
Okay, but you got to also take into consider how does one weigh their manhood. You know what I mean? And hold that. Like I think that's like an older saying. Like I can take an ass whooping, meaning that all right, well, you know, this will get if you continue pushing, this will get to another level to where you're gonna have to engage me. You know what I mean? And even though I still might, get my ass whooped or whatever, it ain't gonna be easy for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they think that it's on some 50-50 shit. And a lot of people go ahead.
And I get that, but I've never walked into a physical scenario not looking to win.
Facts.
Well, I'm gonna use my face as a weapon. And he gonna stop hitting me eventually. Like, come on, man.
Even the fights that I've lost, and in the circumstances of which I've lost them, I never went into it with the idea that I'm going to, quote, lose this fight or just get my ass whooped. Like, that's not the mentality that I've walked. That's why it's confusing, because that's never been a mentality I've walked into it with. And the reason why it throws me off is my pops was a hands-on parent, for better or for worse. And I got some positives from that, and I definitely got some negatives from that. but that was the mentality. Like I was always gonna lose with my pops.
Right.
Right. That was just understood, and to have that, like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I guess that's where it hits me, is because to have another person who doesn't have that type of relationship with me, like that doesn't make sense. Like, okay, there are factors and there are reasons that even, when I was, my pops was 5'7", I said I was 5'7" at 11 years old, like,
Right.
it's
Okay.
like, of like, but even given me being faster, stronger, bigger, I, it wasn't in my mind to hurt him.
Right.
Therefore, if he has it in his mind to hurt me, he's going to be successful, right? And so that type of mentality of when my pops would issue, his violence towards me, be it corrective or for other reasons, um, like that mentality in another person in that in an unrelated scenario, like it just didn't. Like I said, it doesn't compute in my brain that
Right.
you would walk into situations that way. Now, talking about last stand situations, you're talking about, hey, look, I'm gonna stay back so my nieces and my nephews and my sisters have a chance to live. Okay, I get that, but just randomly and arbitrarily volunteering for ass whoopings.
But okay, so take into consideration, all right, so the whole aspect of being an internet gangster, right? Like, okay, so the first time I encountered that was partaking of a gaming channel. And I had no clue that Pilgrims was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? The way that they was on them gaming channels, cuz I had no clue. I'm like, man, all you motherfuckers get y'all throat slit. Are you serious? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no way you barking that hard just because you playing a game, a run and gun game and shit. Fuck out of here. But yo, them motherfuckers is bold on there, dog. You talk about hard R, they invented the R the way that they hit that word, cuz it's like,
Nigger!
you know
Like
what I
that-
mean?
Like that one guy in American Gangster, with Denzel Washington. Oh, nigger!
No, they use it artfully. I mean, look, I appreciate the artful style in which they use it. Like, oh man, I don't have anything to drink, man. The only thing I have to drink is this soda, this fountain soda that's been out for 3 hours, and it tastes like a nigger.
Wow.
like,
wow. That
Because
is
he talking about
motherfucking
the
creative,
bandwidth.
cuz. Nigga, that's some creative hate, bro.
like, just shit that annoys you. Okay, like, have you ever gotten a fountain drink, right?
Yeah.
And you go to fucking you go to take the straw out of the paper, right. So you tap it like 3 times on something hard, right? And that fucker bends.
Okay.
But you don't have another straw to use.
Right.
Because you know what happens when that thing bends 90 degrees, right?
Yeah, you get
the plastic cracks.
You get a crack in the plastic, yeah.
And it sucks to try to use it. Like, it only works at like a 30% efficiency.
Right.
So the fact that it's something that you can identify with, that's annoying, right? And instead of just calling it annoying, they transition it to, yeah, man, I fucking really want to drink the soda, but my straw's acting like a nigger. Holy shit, where did that come from?
Look, I just really wish they could be more honest like that, and you know what I'm saying, and like reality, like, because I mean the fact, okay, I don't really hold it against them, because the thing is, this is the United States, and people be all surprised that they encounter such a pilgrim in the United States, and it's like, all right, well, you're just being dishonest now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Obviously,
so, yeah. but that's when you know what I'm saying, you utilize wit to put them in a place.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that, Rogish, because I hate a punk ass motherfucker. The worst kind of racist is the one that do all that shit behind closed doors, but come around and smile in your face like they're your friend. I hate the motherfuckers, man. I'd rather all of them be honest about that shit.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
So most white folks.
I get it, but your mentality places you in that powerless position, right? Because your frustration is because you're powerless.
Right.
Right. That's what breeds your frustration, is because your powerlessness in the situation. Now, if you recognize the situation as it is, right? I don't know, how can I say it? It is, you're on the other side of plexiglass. It doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
The kids could fucking, do jack off fucking motions, flip you off, fucking do fucking every fucking thing. But here's the thing: is you can do the same thing back, and they can't do anything to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I like to do in those situations is,
I can hear you smiling like a villain in your fucking voice.
God damn. Like, God damn! I mean, did your daddy kiss you before? I know how it is. Like you're upset because your daddy didn't kiss you before he fucked you tonight, but I'm sure he'll kiss you later on tonight. There's a lot of night left.
Hey, listen up though. Shout out to Ike G and Meme in the chat, and hey, Donnie, what's going on, man? Long live the habitual line steppers.
I mean,
you
had to get sloppy seconds after your cousin. Christ. I get it.
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with y'all? This nigga said, did he kiss you? Oh my God, nigga, I don't even know what to say.
That's fucked up. And he said it with that voice. So it's like, all right, he has such a commanding voice, but it's not threatening, but it's commanding. So they have to absorb the shit. They can't. They'll say, oh, he's just a mad nigger. They can't say that shit because he's so sophisticated. I said it. You probably break them down to the bone. Well, you in Portland talking this shit to pilgrims? I bet he be thinking of some crazy shit to say to them all the damn time. I bet you gotta have that wig quick because they probably stay out of pocket out there.
All right, guys. All right, guys, I have an announcement to make. 23 likes, 0 dislikes. So far, so good.
Right.
Yeah, and
let me make sure also, I put my contribution in.
All right, thank you. And most of all, if you run a StreamYard's broadcast and somebody puts an emoji, it appears as a box in StreamYard. So don't worry, it shows up on the screen. But okay, so now. I did already put my answer up on the screen. Is there a heaven for an internet gangster? And the answer is denied. I just don't think so. I mean, if there's a heaven for an internet gangster, there's literally a heaven for everyone. So what's y'all take on that? Roguish, Donnie?
I want you to define what an internet gangster is before we even go forward.
What an internet gangster? We trying to talk about this shit right now. I mean, bring some definition to the shit. I mean,
I think it's defined as one who will get brolic in conversing situations upon the internet. But the thing is, I mean, how do you know if they bowed it though? Like, what I'm saying, to assume one ain't bowed it. I mean, we didn't see Nikau Rickerton or whatever, and I'm pretty sure he didn't, did a whole bunch of pilgrim shit on some kind of video game or something. And he'll show up with the, M16. So it's like, what declares them as not being about it? So we say internet gangster, like, okay, it's a negative, it's wrong, whatever. But I mean, how do you assess them being able to actually, carry out their work or not?
Well, look, okay, I guess the one perspective from me is I know it's always funny for me to hear people describe themselves over the internet,
right?
Because it's funny to me because it's amazing how many 6'4", 240, 6'4", 240 pound part-time models with 10+ inch penises. And $1 million cars and houses and $1 billion houses there are on the internet that tend to gravitate and find each other. And I don't have all of those traits, but some of those traits. I am 6'4",
I know how often I look around the world in the world in the places that I've been, and I've been many, and I see other 6'4" plus, other gentlemen around me.
Right.
It's just amazing that they're able to find each other so easily on the internet that way. And so, given that I have what's been referenced as resting mean face, like what I mean by that is that if I'm not smiling, people tend to ask, "What's wrong?"
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I've had the experience of walking into bars and going to order something from the bar, and then the gentleman on either or who didn't notice me on either the right or the left look when I say excuse me, look over and say, "Oh shit, you're a big guy." Or the other experience of random person at the bar, you
Right.
order your drink. So I'm gonna be your friend because you're a big guy.
So you don't get tried though. That's the thing. You don't.
So that's a thing, but
Right.
and so that's a perspective that I come from is again, and so people who, because I don't know how it is to go through life not being me. You see what I'm saying? My pops, but actually my pops tried to explain it to me a little bit. He's like, "Dude, you're a giant human being."
Yeah.
When I would mention how I, like to try to handle a situation or think I handle a situation or whatever. And he's like, you don't understand. And I got a glimpse of it when I met Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
And he dwarfed you.
Oh, kinda, but it really doesn't stick because that's not my life, right? Unfortunately, I'm not surrounded by 6'9", 7 feet.
Right.
I'm not surrounded by those people.
Right. So you've rarely had to even go there with anyone.
Oh no, it's amazing.
Motherfuckers try you at 6'4", 2. What'd you say, 250?
Well, I'm solidly in the 3 range now.
Oh, okay.
But when I was in better shape,
right.
Look, at 270, I felt like the Incredible Hulk. At 245, I felt like Superman.
Okay.
And I believe that I came a little bit close in each representation. I didn't have to go midget bowling to bowl with men. I get a good. I think I might have won a couple of bets at a 10-yard throw.
You know what?
10-foot throw.
That has to be very pleasant to not be tried, to be about it but not be tried. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm 6 foot even, about 200 pounds, and so usually folks like, well, you look like you would fight. Well, that don't mean nothing though. That don't mean, what I'm saying?
Right.
So motherfuckers the size nigga like me up, and it's like, all right, well, please don't do it. Please don't do it, because I don't.
Right, but and they'll look at other cats too. Like, it's weird because some of them will do that too. Those cats, the brothers that I don't want to say it in a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But it looks like they didn't get Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal genes, that they still had simian genes.
Right.
Like them cats that were born with 6-packs and traps.
Wow. Born with 6-packs and traps.
Yeah, they came out with 6-packs and traps and shit. Like you have like full lats, and you're in a picture of you at 1.5 years old. That's not right. But so, like, people who and this is a long way of getting to, I think people that have actually gotten into fights, and when I say fights, I don't mean you punch somebody, they grab their nose, and that was the end of it. Or you punch somebody, they grab their eye, and that was the end of it.
No.
Or you slap somebody pretty hard, they grab their cheek, and other people grabbed you and stopped the fight. No, that's not fight.
Right.
No, where somebody was kicking and punching and actually trying to hurt you back, and should they and somewhat an even match physically.
Right.
not not you took boxing and this other person took fucking jump rope and that person wanted to fight you, and that doesn't count.
Right, but okay, so
that's always what women say, right? I whooped his ass. You slapped him twice, and he didn't hit you back because you're a girl.
Right.
But kicked him in the balls.
So say an aspect of the internet gangsters though. So what is it besides the fact of possible anonymity that makes them get so brolic unnecessarily? You know what I'm saying? Let's say things get heated, and things can get heated like that, like what Kev was talking about earlier, in an aspect of if you were actually in the room with people, you know what I'm saying? How would you conduct yourself? And in the aspect of shit getting heated, I mean, shit, man, I got some motherfucking boxing gloves in the closet right now, like 3 pair. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we can handle that. Again, have a beer afterwards, and you know what I'm saying? To me, I see it more as a bonding type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, given the context, but I mean, again, I'm sorry, Donnie, I'm monopolizing. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, you good. People get like that because they get bullied in real life. You got to think. We sitting at the pool table right now, right? So there was a lot of dudes who couldn't sit at the pool table. I remember cats who, in college, this motherfucker went. I call him Alpha Kappa Alpha, but he's a noob. He's Alpha 5. Okay. And as soon as he joined the fraternity, this nigga got into, oh yeah, you a bitch, nigga. And I was like, nigga, I was the one who used to save you and pull you out the locker, right? Right? And the internet is an extreme version of that because these people were bullied, so they feel like they can take that bully energy out on other people, and it feels good because they were the bullied. But from the internet, everybody can be a gangster.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a component of that. Like, there was a component in my life too, where I had, like, anybody else have to take a friend to the side.
Yeah. That's what got me my first piece of pussy in Australia.
you had to take him to the side, and you had to take him aside and give him that talk.
I wish I did. I was always the after effect. Nigga, why'd you do that?
Check this out. I'm not going to let anybody jump on you, but the shit you start is yours.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like what? I'm not going to let anybody jump. Like, so you don't have to worry about something coming from behind you, but the shit you start is yours. Don't go out. Like, don't behave differently when I'm around than when I'm not around. Situations. You see what I'm saying?
Or don't be the kind that acts away on the internet that you wouldn't act in real life.
Right, but then again, what consequences there on the internet, right? So again, because what can you do?
Right.
Well, there are niggas out here who will knock on your door.
Yeah. I mean,
the combination of that dude and having the skill set to be able to follow you, right? To be able to be able to, if you have a VPN or if you don't have a VPN, right? We'll assume that you don't have a VPN, right? To have the combination of that guy having the skill set that allows him to track and trace your ISP, right? To get a regionality, right? To get a geographical location, a regionality, to get an address off of it, to be and then the wherewithal from states over to come to your door.
You're doing the Fight Club shit. Oh no, that's Jay and Silent Bob.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible.
It's not likely though. It's not likely.
Now I'll tell you this: 95% of the time, it will not happen.
Right.
Niggas is full of hot air. They won't. They can't stand the fact that you've outwitted them with your mind because there's no way to get around that. In fighting, you might luck up, kick somebody in the nuts, and then win by luck. Mentally, that's when you're beat. Some people can't admit it, so they go into this little emotional bullshit. And if you listen for real constructively, they're already torn apart. There's nothing else you need to do. So they make some wild ass threat. Tell you like, I will pay for your flight. Come out here and we can fisticuffs. Turn my headphones up. Turn them shits up.
That one brother said he did that. What's the lawyer brother? Dennis Sperling. He said he actually used to do that. Fly cats out there. And you know what I'm saying, get the gloves and do the business. You know what I'm saying?
Guess who else does that? Guess who else does that kind of shit? There's a man on the panel that does that shit.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
old MMA Donnie, goddamn.
Listen. Video or it didn't happen.
I do have the video.
And you understand, and I think you understand why I say that, because again, there are all these 6'4", 240 pounds, 6.9% body fat having part-time models who millionaire models,
What I think the first time I went live on Facebook and did it. So that was interesting. I don't know if Kev saw that one. I did record some of it. I think the second time, I recorded that one. That one kind of went low-key viral. But yeah, I believe in the video or it didn't happen.
It's not me trying to shit on anybody, but motherfuckers again, you got to do it. Fuck it. I opened up this box. I'm not going to be afraid to. There's a gentleman who got a lot of clout pretending that he had credentials that he didn't have recently.
No, we get that.
What that he didn't have?
I can vouch for this one. I mean, these dudes are fucking crazy. But like my particular story didn't happen. I would say, it was supposed to be like, we had set it up. He was like, call you on Wednesday, nigga. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, shit. But then when he messaged me on Facebook because he was already mad about some shit I said on Facebook. Because niggas is like that. They get mad because you're able to outwit them, and then they want to go into talking about family members and stuff. So I proceed with the little mind game, nigga. I come find you. Nigga.
But there are also cats that just come in the door that way.
Yeah.
They're also there's one particular go-tooth individual. He just right and would he speak to you like that in your face? Absolutely not. He wouldn't speak to anybody like that in their face, whether they were his size or not, given the disrespect that he displays when he speaks to individuals. But
I just hope nobody come at me with it because I'm all the way with the shit. So I'm letting y'all know right now, I got a lot of stress from 2020 that I need to release. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to dance with me.
I know when I'm mean to a small person, I can't. Like they would be stupid not to come at me with a weapon.
Facts.
I mean,
okay. Well, hold on. What's small to you though? What do you consider small?
I mean,
6'4" and every bit of 3+. So hold on.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're not if you're not much
240,
like
240 small to you, right?
If you're around my pop size, 5'7", 180, like you don't want to, because again, it doesn't matter how much you can lift. I can lift you easily.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna end. It doesn't matter how hard I can hit. The earth hits very hard.
I mean, okay, but keep it real though. Somebody like you at 6'4", yeah. I mean, in the actual fight, you would definitely have to be guarding them knees, cuz to let you know that right now.
Listen, I've been a super heavyweight since I've been in high school.
Nuts is off the table, right? That's some whole shit. Be attacking the motherfucking nuts unless they're trying to kill you, whatever it is.
That's on, and that's why I was saying earlier, given the circumstances, because I don't think nuts are off the table given the circumstances. If this is a cousin, if this is a friend,
right,
and conversation gets out of hand, I understand what you're saying,
right?
But if this is a stranger, nuts ain't. If this is nuts throat I don't give a fuck if you got if you look. It's your fault for having dreads. It ain't my fault for you having dreads. It is highly effective. Ask any hockey player.
JudgeZilla the Beast, goddammit. Y'all better recognize.
I aim to do as much damage to you with as little damage happening to me.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about self-preservation, and really in a street fight, there are not very many rules. I mean, it's pretty much like, are you going to allow someone to hurt you? And the answer is no, not me.
It's not my.
but
it's
you also
not my
gotta take
fault.
into
You wear nose
consideration-
rings and fucking got ear gauges and shit. You put
Look,
yourself in that position.
You gotta take into consideration though. A lawsuit for defending oneself is a real motherfucking thing. I know a lot of cats who have had training, defended themselves, and ended up getting some motherfucking lawsuits simply because they've had training. And the amount of damage that they did, I don't know. It's they say it wasn't warranted, but who gets to decide that? You know what I'm saying? Like with my art, my shit is designed for every strike to be on some decapitation shit. When the weapon's there. When it ain't there, then we, all quitters. One hit a sleeper quitter, it is what it is. But that's going to cause a lot of damage. And I might not mean to cause that type of damage. That's just, it's written within the art, right? Not within my intent of engagement or nothing like that. It's just written within the art.
I think that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rogus. I think that's some bullshit. Because if somebody my size, right, who's lived a marshmallow life, right, and because he's bigger, thinks he can talk to somebody 5'7", 180 pounds,
right,
crazy. But that dude that's 5'7", 180 pounds has got 12 years of Krav Maga behind him.
Oh shit! Yep.
Right.
And that marshmallow, he does have advantages.
Yeah.
But he's just not aware that 5'7" dude has advantages as well.
Yeah, and that determines your advantages to be temporary.
And so if it comes to the situation that 5'7" dude completely fucks up that 6'4" fucking 280, 300 dude,
right?
Who let his mouth get the better of him and thought because he was bigger, right? Should that dude should the 5'7" dude be punished and he fucking be worse just because he fucked him up? No.
No, of course not. But as my homeboy Thorough say, that's in the what should be world. We talking about in the what is world. Dog, if you can box, if you actually can box and have received some type of training, some type of martial training, that is some real shit when you don't tell a motherfucker that you know some, and then you put in some work. Even
unless the video shows the trained individual as the aggressor, I can't co-sign that. If there's no video showing the trained participant over the non-trained participant being the aggressor, look, because I'm a firm believer that, again, and maybe this just because I believe it doesn't necessarily make it law, but in a mutual combat situation, right? Listen, if you come up and slap me in my fucking face, Rogue, and I pull out a 38 and I shoot you in your and I shoot and somebody and Roger says, well, you didn't have to do that. No, you guys don't get to dictate how I respond to fucking violence.
Right. That's the way it's supposed to go.
Let me say this. You see this on the screen? You see that on the screen?
Block.
Yeah. I just had to bust some caps, man. How many people bust some internet caps, y'all? How many people had to duck and cover,
I had to duck.
I'm just saying that to illustrate why people shouldn't be bullies, because you can't then say, well, I just slapped you, man. You should have just punched me. You don't get to dictate that after you instigate violence against somebody.
Right.
Well, you know what? The thought process behind it is, and you know, I can attest to this. When you get training, once you get to a certain level of training, you go in every day. You get hit in the face. You don't see the red. You don't get the bull horns, and you don't lose your consciousness like a lot of people do when they get into a fight, right?
Right.
So when you're trained and somebody's hit you, a proper response is, you know, knock them down in any way. It may take you 5 hits, 7 hits. Let's say it takes you 20 hits, right? And you put that person on the ground. I think a lot of the times what ends up happening is people go for a soccer kick and then they do some horrible detrimental damage. And it's like you could have been stopped, but you knew what the hell you was doing, and you decided to go for the jugular because you saw this as an opportunity to test your skills and run with it. And I think there has to be a certain boundary line of, all right, listen, he got enough of an ass whooping. Let me go ahead and sit down now. If he comes at me again, I'm gonna fuck him up. But you know, a lot of people want to go, well, I want to put this dim mic on his ass.
I can't, because Donnie, you've seen it. Everybody's seen it, just like I fucking seen it. Right? You've seen a motherfucker that was outmatched get handled.
Right.
Right? And you've seen everybody jump in and break it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough. And you've seen it get separated, and that you've seen the dude that got handled get back up and go back after that individual.
Yeah. Oh, of course. But what that is he don't know he got his ass whooped. That's what I'm talking about. People see red and they don't come to the realization of, oh, I got fucked up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Look, I beat a dude up. I'll beat a dude up at a taco shop. I beat the shit out of this dude. I threw him over the counter. I threw him into a gumball machine. He was catching knees underneath the table.
Taco shop, bro.
Man, taco shops ain't safe, man.
He was catching hands, and I let this man go, and I said, "You had enough." And I remember this motherfucker hauled off and hit me, and I was baffled by him hitting me because he had his ass whooped over the entire restaurant.
Right.
Well, but that's the thing. I don't. Look, I am not stopped. Look. I don't care. I don't stop until bones are broken.
Well,
Damn.
just like with my situation where I got my fellow.
Your leg's broken. Your leg is broken. Your arm is broken. Some ribs are broken.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what my felony. I got mine 23 years ago. That's the one I got caught for, as I say. I put 7 fractures in the dude's skull. Dude kept getting up.
Well, broken nose, it's like that's what I'm saying. Skull fractures don't count. Broken nose don't count. Leg broken, ribs broken. You can't breathe. If you can't breathe, you're not coming back after me. If you can't walk,
you kill
you're not coming after me.
See, that's called you're causing you damn near causing internal damage, man.
Right.
But I don't start it, and therefore my conscience is clear.
Your conscience is clear, but the thing is, they don't judge it based off of who was the initiator.
Right.
What comes up is the factor of excessiveness.
Hey,
and
that's why they got excessiveness. They were saying that, he could have been killed, and all. And I'm like, well, no offense, dude kept coming at me, and if it wasn't for, because after I got him a couple times down, I was just stomping on his head. I stomped his head.
Well, this is the thing, because anybody is one lucky shot away from turning the tide.
Yeah, right. That's what I told him. I said this, and I said, the dude, I told him every time he like stumbled trying to get up, and he stumbled my direction, I knocked him down and beat him some more. And it was a dude, I was bashing his head into the ground then, and it was a dude just walking by on the street. And he was like, man, just let him go, man. He can't hang with you. And I was about to hit him one more time, and I'm like, maybe I did, I didn't.
Like this is all stupid to begin with, right? Because I've seen people die from one hit and hitting their head on the concrete. Right? I've seen this with my own eyes.
Hey, you know what? Though? You know what I have yet to hear somebody die from?
What's that?
Someone like getting hit with an internet fist.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, I wish Donnie ain't dropped off, man. I was about to ask him, man. I took a swing at him, man. My internet fist. So I wondered, did he duck, or because I couldn't feel anything.
Look, I have yet to land my Super Saiyan reverse back knuckle spinning Ethernet slap. It's never landed yet. It hasn't landed yet.
How many attempts have you had with it?
None.
None. So
Because I'm not a fucking internet gangster. I don't swing at my screen because I'm not a complete fucking moron.
Hey, what up, hey Donnie?
I'm a moron, just not a complete fucking moron.
Hey, you see that on the screen, man?
No, all I see is it looks like Chris Tucker from Friday and Ice Cube, but I can't see nothing else.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, I got a comment on the screen. I was like, I just took a swing at you with my internet fist. I was wondering, did you duck? Because like I ain't feel it hit nothing. I mean.
Oh, okay, that's what I see. All right, okay.
Yeah, internet.
I got hit. I don't need to tell you, I didn't see it coming.
That's why he fell off.
That's why he lost connection.
We connected. You know what I mean?
But yeah, as far as these internet fucking dudes go, it's just an impression of toughness. But then it's also like, because I remember like there was a guy that he would click and unclick something, and he was trying to make it sound like he was clearing like he was chambering around and ejecting around.
Okay. Wait a minute. Through the audio of the internet?
Yeah. Like remember the movie The Quick and the Dead?
Yeah.
Where he had the container with the matches in it?
Yeah.
And he made it make that noise, right? So she thought that there was a fucking hammer being pulled back,
right? And
she relaxed, right? And it was just the matches, right?
That
like that type of thing. Or like there was another dude I remember. He was like practicing with like a balisong or a butterfly knife, right?
Okay.
And you could hear, but again, that doesn't make you tough. Over the internet. No. I'm not sure you know how this internet thing works.
Well, actually, we might not know how it works, because if you think about it,
I know, because Rogish, I know.
Because
when I was a kid, I'm telling you right now, when I was a kid, I was about 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching, probably 8 years old, because I was watching Gilligan Island, and it was in color, right? And I was trying to get a look under not Ginger, Marianne's skirt, or shorts, and Ginger's skirt. So I was up there on the TV, like right under it, where the tube came out and they had the bulge.
Yeah,
it didn't work, man. It didn't work.
No, but that's the thing. It didn't work for you, but you got to also remember,
I can't be the only 8-year-old that tried that.
When it comes to this internet, I tried to do that for Apollonia. Oh, please believe. But when it comes to this internet shit, you got to remember, some people plug in to the point of, hikikomori. You know what I'm talking about? Where they actually like living on this joint.
Yeah.
Like actually living. You know what I'm saying?
Can you think anybody that lives on the internet and like, they're completely happy and not always frustrated acting and shit? I mean, that live on it. Wait a minute. Okay, guys, don't answer that. But you may know somebody like that.
Okay, but
they need therapy.
God damn it, Rogish, your name's not fucking Rogish. Dre, your name's not fucking Dre. You ain't shit for watching Donnie. Your name's not. You ain't shit for watching Donnie. Black men being him. I'm sure that's not what's on your birth certificate. And maybe that's Donnie's picture. Maybe that's Judge's real picture. That's possibly your real hand. This is definitely not my real eye. So if you're trying to be like to fucking defend a name that you made up random happenstance, and an avatar that you picked up because that kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
Or you made because you thought it might kind of look cool. Like,
nobody said it ain't idiotic. All right, nobody said it's not idiotic. But the thing is, you also can't say that it's not a phenomenon that they get that bonded to. You know what I'm saying? The internet like that, and we'll you know what I'm saying, bark off on some brolic shit via internet because that's where they exist.
Yes. No, I know what you're talking. I've seen it go further than that.
Yeah.
I've seen a gaming clan break up because of a video game that had pets.
That happened though. I was in a clan actually. We was in a Destiny clan, and one of them broke up because of a comment that somebody said. I'm not.
Well,
I don't want.
this is people playing Ark Survival. Anybody know about that game?
Wait a minute, Judge. I don't want to say
Oh, sorry.
who actually made the comment, but somebody in our group made a comment, and I guess it hurt somebody's feelings. I don't know who that person was, but
it hurt their feelings to the point where they broke up the clan. Oh, how deep was y'all?
Up the clan over something that somebody that y'all guys know might have said.
Ah, okay.
The person might have hurt somebody's feelings one day.
Well, my reference is okay. There was a gaming clan that I was a part of. They started playing this game. It was like an offshoot game from our main game, and it's called Ark Survival. Right? It's been in development for the last 5-6 years. Right? It's still alpha. Right? But in this game, you're able to get dinosaurs and hatch them, and then you spend a bunch of time taming them, and then they become your dinos, right?
Okay.
You're able to. It's a survival game as well. So so kind of like Rust or something like that. Like you go out, you scour for shit, you build shit. Takes hours, a lot of cooperation in it. Well, the clan got too big playing the game.
Okay.
So they split off into 2 separate clans, right? Okay. And they wanted to have fun fighting against each other, yada yada yada. But the problem is that it took like 30 real hours for some of these to tame some of these dinosaurs.
Okay.
Real life, real game hours.
Right.
Right. And so because it took that long in gaming time, they started getting attached to their shit.
Right.
So one half went and one half rated so that they were offline and went and raided their shit.
Oh shit!
Pillaged, and it wasn't the fact that they destroyed it wasn't the fact that they stole all their shit, that destroyed their villages and buildings and everything. It was the fact that they killed their pixel dinosaurs.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Well, think about it. It was people. Think about it. It started back actually with Farmville. Remember how people were about that shit?
I didn't have a reference for that, so
yeah. Oh my gosh, it was people that was losing their jobs over Farmville.
Damn.
Yes, that was because I ain't gonna lie, I was an avid Destiny player. I mean, I love Destiny. I say after year maybe like 4. Where I mean, like I remember, people would call me for jobs, and you see how I'm always working, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I will work tonight, and then my girlfriend would be like, well, tonight's Tuesday, and I'm like, oh no, I can't work today.
He said we got a raid, goddammit.
And I remember like sometimes you would sit there, and like they said, the average Destiny player was like 28 years old. And average spent 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week playing. I mean, like literally, it was after a long day of work, usually around 9 to 10 o'clock, everybody logged in for at least 2-3 hours.
Right.
Had to see and then sometime on raids or new release nights, it was sometimes where I remember I had to be at work at 8, and I'm up till 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I stopped gaming. I actually stopped gaming because
I had to cut off cold turkey, and I had
14 hours.
I had to cut myself off. And I started myself because I picked up gaming when I was recovering from a traumatic brain injury from a car accident. Yeah, man. And I had to I checked myself with YouTube because people will make fun of it. Man, how can you play the game?
It's fun as hell.
Motherfucker, every time I check into YouTube, you're here.
Thank you. Well,
you're spending 9 hours on fucking YouTube a day.
Well, I got one for you, Judge.
Same thing.
No, but this is what I would tell everybody. I said it's not the fact that you notice if you're a gamer like that. It's not the fact that you're playing a video game. most of the time you're talking with your friends, and you create friendships online. So it's like
Discords and what's the other one? What's Engines? TeamSpeak.
Yeah, it's like we would say, we would know people, and then if people were going out of town after you've been talking to these people for years, you're like, oh man, we're gonna meet up or this, that, and the other. I mean, you start to basically, it was just really to shoot the shit. It's like going out to the bar without drinking, but basically with your friends, it's cool. You start to know their family members, you start to know their children from all the talks.
You actually become a clan.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, a lot of people think it's us playing a game. No, it's kind of like the reason why the raids and stuff went good is kind of like barbershop talk, because that's the only way men could be surrounded by men and don't have to worry about no bullshit.
But then you have to call, right? And so you have decent ones, right, where you have the less chance of running into internet gangsters, and then you have the Call of Duty rooms.
And
by extension, and then by extension, Black Manosphere YouTube.
Well, Call of Duty, if you can play Call of Duty, I used to say every YouTuber should have to play Call of Duty before they get a thing. Yeah, I have your delivery here. I'm at the entrance.
Okay, I'll be done in just a
all right. But
what you doing?
I'm currently playing Call of Duty.
What am I doing here? Look. You want to see? What am I doing here? You want some? Oh, well, see,
hey.
You know you can do that on the internet, man.
He's making money. He's making money while he's on YouTube, which is a greater impact than I can. Which is a greater impact than I can say that 85% of people participating.
Yeah.
Well, if you know, I think it's something wrong with me. I maybe can't sit still.
The edibles will sit your ass down, depending on.
Well, I
ain't gonna lie. This one,
I agree with you. I just don't think the problem is sitting still. Definitely something wrong though.
Oh, fuck you. Wait. No, what the hell are you laughing for, man? That's right, man. You just laugh when somebody said "fuck you." You supposed to be threatening to kill me or something now, man. Oh, man.
Like shit.
You ain't doing it right.
Let me pretend. Let me pretend like I can see the blade.
Oh, we have possible fisticuffs.
Yeah, man. I'm out there.
It's possible. I won't rule it out.
Hey, Judge, be careful with the edibles, because I had some like a day and a half ago, and I thought first it put me to sleep. First I had some chips and some gummies. Then I woke up fucked up. I went to sleep at 4.
Dump that line.
I went to sleep at 4. Woke up around 9:30. Completely toe. Feeling, you know what I'm saying? Feeling the carotid, and my heartbeat was so damn low. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, you ready to die?
You taking?
Nigga, I was sweating and shivering at the same time. I'm like, nigga, nigga, this weed?
Oh,
is this what weed is?
Oh no. I prefer the edibles myself. I couldn't stand the like when I went to Tennessee, I brought back a lot of edibles. I ain't gonna lie, just give an example. I brought back so many damn edibles, it wasn't funny. And then sit up there, and I've only taken 2. Like I ain't gonna lie, boy, I've been handing them out, man. Oh man, you want one? One day it was like 6 people in there. I gave everybody one. They're like, hey, dude, man, come back. They're like, man, we like you, dude. I'm like, well, go ahead, man. I was like, I gotta work, so I can't. And a lot of times I can't. It's like, oh, I got a job to do tomorrow, so I can't go and take one. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take one today. Then a job will call. I'm like, fuck, because I know when I take one, I want to rest for about 12 hours, nothing.
Yeah, I hear the edible thing. I think when I listen to Joe Rogan, like he says, the edible thing is a whole different experience than smoking.
Oh, but the fact is,
if you take too much,
you'll take too much. It'll be like a high, but then it's like not a comfortable high.
Yeah,
so
that shit. I never had no dope, but I assume that when you take too many edibles, that's what it feels like to be doped up, and then instead of, you know what I'm saying, well, having a nice, you know what I'm saying, high that you can coast on for about 4 hours and still be productive.
I've never experienced that at all.
Have you ever been in like a YouTube hole or like maybe a Wikipedia hole where you looking up something and that something turns into you've been there for 5 hours.
Yes.
No, it's not like that.
Yes.
I'll say like this.
That is
What the
with
fuck?
you being on
What the fuck
an
did I? What the
extreme,
fuck did I start doing?
Yeah.
an extreme amount of edibles will have you doing that in your head.
Well,
Where
now,
you
or
just
no,
like, damn.
no. Johnny, have you ever had edible and then you sitting up there talking to a chick like you ain't never fucked before, so she done called out the blue, and then when she asks you a question, it's like your brain got to think: did she say this? Should I answer that question? You should say that.
That's because your mind.
And you
I
man, you got like
can't
which
sit
one
up
of
with
these
no chick
questions?
like
It's like
that.
multiple choice. Because
See,
If I'm sitting up with a chick that I ain't never been with or I may have been with, I'm wondering like, why did you must have daddy issues. All the shit I did to you. I can't sit in front of her like, hey, bitch, you let me
I've
do
tried
that to you?
marijuana a
Like, what's
handful
wrong
of
with you?
times.
well, I was trying
Like two times edibles and 2 times edibles and like 3 times smoking it. And every time I'm stuck on fucking stupid in a chair, sitting there for like 2 or 3 fucking hours if I smoke it. And I always have to throw up every time I throw up because I can't stand the smell of that shit.
If you got the right type, I ain't gonna lie, man. It feel like
And
you can
then the other two times that I've eaten it, it's like what Rogish said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta man. Say if you got the right type, you better make sure you got plenty of condoms because your ass will be a dad the next day.
Oh wow, I ain't never had that problem, but
you just rock hard, ready to go, multiple. Like I remember, the chick telling me, no, just we can't do nothing for it's over. Come back next week. Shop closed.
My pussy sore. All right, baby.
That's
we chill out a little bit.
I'm good with the alcohol. I'm fine with the alcohol. Look, like I said, a handful of times, it just never worked out to be something that I enjoyed.
Right. Now you got to get the dosage right. I tell everybody the first time you do, you need to start off like, say if it's a 50 milligram gummy, start off with a third.
A lot.
Right. Well, technically, I know people that do 50 milligrams like it ain't nothing. And remember I told you, matter of fact, that chick who got me fired from that job downtown, that bitch eat 50 milligrams and go to work. I eat 50 milligrams, I'm going to sleep.
Facts.
I mean, like literally, that's how you know that if she eat 50 milligrams and it's like, go to work. And I'm like, I remember I told y'all I used to work with this one dude. He worked on houses. Oh man, he was an expert painter, drywall. I mean, like literally, the walls be so clean they look like glass when he finished putting mud in. Right. And I mean, his paint lines are so sharp that if you rubbed up against the wall, you probably cut yourself. That's how sharp the lines are. But he stayed high. I mean, like sometimes the dude would be so high, like he'd turn the water on in a sink and just leave it running. And I'm like, sometimes I walk in there like the water just running. Like we was like, especially when we were working in a house where ain't nobody living there. One day I came, dude ain't been there for like 2 days. Water running in the sink full force. I'm like, nigga, you was just high. I'm like, man, you know this dude's water bill gonna be tremendous. And I mean, thank God this dude that we was working for was, he was a lawyer, so he had boots. But he was like, God damn, we said, why the water bill so damn high? Because we was working on his house for about 4 months. He's like, what the hell are y'all doing? And then he came over one day, and the water had been running for 3 days.
God damn.
The water on full force and let it run for 3 days.
Where?
In the sink. So just give me an example. A toilet running for 6 days, and you know how a toilet got on a slow fill toilet will cost you $150. That's for a slow fill toilet. A sink running for 3 days is like 3 times that amount. You could have a $500 water bill in 4 days.
Damn.
God damn.
Like literally.
See, I know people that marijuana, like THC affects them different. Like I have a cousin, and for him, THC is like speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like vitamin B for me.
Well, some people too. Like if you hit a Coke and do this, and then take the THC, that's when it's like sort of it's a funny high then. It's like, because
I leave that powder alone. I ain't fucking with no powder.
Yeah, I've not messed with. I've not intentionally, we'll put it that way, messed with anything stronger than marijuana.
You talking about that South? I got that South.
Right. And I remember, I ain't gonna lie, I tried it once. And I was just
I
like,
sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. I said that's just too much for me. I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. The high was I mean, it was like a real funny. It was like you couldn't tell if you were up or down.
Oh shit!
But then it was like, it was like, oh yeah, it'd probably be good to fuck abroad under it. But I mean, trust me, that ain't nothing you want to mess with.
I've taken some supplements that I later found out were spiked with amphetamines, but
yeah.
All right, guys.
Not by private, but by company. But
all right, guys. Listen up. We got 19 watching, which is great. Thanks for tuning in, and we got 27 likes. And guess what? I have my first dislike of the night. Awesome.
Oh shit! Because we got talking about marijuana instead of internet gangstering. Let's get back to the internet gangstering, cuz.
Can we talk about the people who like to tell you how gangster they are and how
no nigga, how you gonna interrupt me when I was talking, nigga? Catch a flight, nigga. Catch a flight.
Hey y'all, and we can do all of that right after this little 11-second break.
You wrong for that.
We got gold on,
and we're back.
And we're back already.
No,
it wasn't long at all.
No, shit.
So I've seen a couple of YouTubers do this, and I think it's the funniest shit ever. These motherfuckers will be playing some gangster music, talking about how they was in the streets, and they no longer are in the streets, and how gangster and tough they are. But you need to listen to them and follow their word. Can we talk about these type of niggas? Because this shit is hilarious to me.
Are these the same people that the music that they're playing seems to be telling the same story that they're telling you happened to them in real life? See, I was over there and I was dropping them fistful D's on him, you know what I'm saying? The more I smoked, the more blood flew. Then he disappeared and my boy disappeared too.
It's real in this motherfucker. It's real.
Oh, shit. It was a nigga I was listening to. He was talking about how tough he was in the streets, and this nigga had the nerve to be playing DMX in the background. I couldn't fucking breathe. And he was dead ass dedicated to like, yeah, we don't play that shit. Motherfuckers, back in my day, we used to handle things. And DMX, you walking, you slipping, you can't get up.
I got a question for you on the panel. But this is one of the things that always got me. I remember like when I got into it with a couple of YouTubers, but I said, I look around, I said, here's the question. I said, all y'all motherfuckers supposed to be so tough guys, but last time I checked, I'm the only one with a criminal record and criminal history of beating up people. I said, so if you had to say who was the tough one, I'm the one with the record. I'm the one with the multiple cases that, thank God, I got some of them taken care of, but I'm the one that way. I don't need to prove. I used to tell people I don't need to prove it. You can go back and check my record. Check my school record.
But that's the whole thing. To actually put the work in, you don't have to be tough. You just have to be of mind to make such moves. You know what I'm saying?
It is, because I was just wondering how all these people that supposedly so cocky and all that shit, so cocky, you want to tell me that no nigga never tested you, they were just scared of you and you never fought and you never
because not only are they tougher than you, they're smarter than you, Judge Ray.
Oh,
they didn't get caught.
Haven't you seen the new guy where that motherfucker used to hit that crazy eye on people and they back up?
Like
he hit that.
They were smart. They never got caught, although they were doing all of the shit that would get anybody else caught. And you're obviously like, yeah. So wait a minute. You killed everybody at the you killed everybody at the drug deal, and you weren't wearing any gloves, and you spit on the dude. You spit on the guy before you shot him between the eyes, and they still didn't find you.
And you pissed on him.
What's funny about that is that sounds like every New Yorker I've ever met. Have you ever talked to a New Yorker? New Yorker is a gangster, a pimp, the smartest nigga in the room, a criminal enterprise, millionaire, right? And then
Wait.
you
It
always
doesn't
find out
matter if
these
they're
niggas
fake
live in
or real
places
New
like
Yorkers.
Oklahoma. Like, nigga, you were so gangster, you moved to Oklahoma? For why?
Why? Right.
Oh, you know, I
Witness
just was
protection?
tired of the big city.
Yeah, you could buy a lot of property out there. Shit.
Yeah, all right, nigga, but you was the most gangster nigga there running things, huh?
Well, hold up. Let's see if they can be gangster with them pilgrims out there. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna touch the metal. You don't get nothing for no black skins. In the word of my homeboy Thorough. You don't.
Nigga,
if you get
it's like,
skins
yeah, I
on
used to run the block. But now I live in
Yeah.
Iowa because it's, the houses are cheap out here in Iowa.
No, the worst thing about
Nigga, you sound like you was in
internet
Witness and
gangsters.
Protectors.
The worst thing about internet gangsters here is they always want to try to fit in.
No.
This is one of the references that I've read. Some of them, I can't say all of them. A lot of them, they want to fit in. So when somebody's talking about a compassionate topic, they got a story. When somebody's talking about an athletic story, they got a story. When somebody's talking about an academic success, they got a story.
Right.
When somebody's talking about a financial or business success, they got a story. And then when somebody's talking about a gangster episode, they got a story. But they forgot that they told you, right? Like there was one specific incident where dude was claiming to be as tough as you were saying. He wasn't a New York cat, but he was in and about a Chicago cat, so they're about the same. Because they're about the same. And he forgot that like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks before, he told us about teenagers and their brother running him off from his house in his neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And then proceeded to tell us how tough and how big and how strong and everything else that he was. And then when somebody said, well, wait a minute, aren't you the same motherfucker that got ran off by teenagers? They made you move from that neighborhood.
Oh.
That's what
because you said, so I don't know. I'm not a teenager, so I've never been ran off by a teenager.
Okay.
Not even as a teenager.
Okay.
So
here's a question for you. The ones that to me I hate that I think are the worst is the ones who you can tell that you got your ass beat as a kid because they always like to show guns. I'm like, I ain't got plain and simple. I'm like, dude, for real? I mean, I can't. I'm not a gun person. I can't stand guns. I'm not a, I'm a knife person. I up close and personal. I like a hand-to-hand combat up close and personal.
If you take a life with a knife, you have to have the intent to do so. With a gun, anybody can shoot a gun. Anything can shoot a gun. I heard motherfuckers saying that
that's what makes it the Great Equalizer.
Hey, you finna say something profound like knives don't run out of bullets, y'all.
Right. But I just sit here and laugh because I'm like, you see the people talk shit, especially online, and then they show their guns and shit. And I'm like, so basically, when I see you talk shit online and you show your guns and you ain't never been in no trouble like that, evidently you was getting your ass beat like a bitch, like a little kid. And now that you done grown older than 21, you done just got you some paperwork so you can get a gun. Really, that's what that means. Because last time I checked, I didn't see a motherfucker that could fight sit up here. Now we're talking about I need a gun. I don't need a gun. I mean, I don't need a gun unless the other person got a gun. I'm more of a hand-to-hand combat type dude. I like to, when you make a person pass out, that's a euphoric feeling to me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I remember my girlfriend was telling me when we got into that last house I was working at, and when dude sit up there, I'm like, I got him because he was a bigger dude than me, but he thought he got on top of me. Rolled over, I put him in a chokehold, and then all of a sudden this boy was standing right there. I'm like, say goodbye to him. Just about to choke him out right there. Like, man, leave him, man, let him go, man. I'm gonna get my gun.
Oh yeah,
guillotine.
Yeah, but did you get that euphoric feeling when you had him on the ground, choking him out?
I'm not gonna lie. It felt. I mean, something about when you go head up with somebody, they think that they got you, and you reverse that, and you, especially when they start to get, you don't try. I ain't trying to kill them. I was just trying to make them pass out.
Yeah.
Something about when they go limp right there. Oh, fuck! I thought you was the shit. Look at your ass sleep.
Start saying in your head, I'm the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep me down. I'm the best around.
We were in Tennessee. We were sitting up there. This one woman, this white woman, she walked by the car and made a comment. I guess I was going too fast in the parking lot. She walked by the car and made a comment. I threw the car. We was in the parking lot. I threw the car and said, "Bitch, what the fuck you say?" It was like white me behind her, and I just signaled to the car, stay like, cause there was another dude in the car, and I'm like, "No, nigga, keep your ass in the car." And it was just like all them white men just kept walking. They like, "Oh, we didn't see that shit there." All right, about right there. And it was like, "Oh, that nigga was about to say no. I got them all. Whoever wants."
Like I don't have a problem with firearms. Whatever tool for whatever need. And again, I'm just going to say it. You know, I accept reality on reality's terms.
Sorry,
I'm not going to try to. If I suspect somebody's got a gun, I'm not going to try to stab them.
No, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, you could tell that Judge actually enjoys fighting, though. And for ones, and you know what I'm saying, for one who enjoys fighting, in the aspect of a gun, like, I've always felt that guns were cowardly. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ever seen somebody shot,
Guns are effective. They're not cowardly.
Yeah, no. The fact to take a life, like, most people aren't ready for how quickly a gun can take a life. Most folks ain't ready for that. They, you know what I'm saying, get caught up in the social condition or the propaganda within the movies or whatever. And they think, you know, so it's like you see these little young cats always doing the motion and you know, and in their
I mean,
rap.
I'm a prohibited professor, so I don't have any firearms officer, but
But yeah, if you enjoy fighting, yeah, it actually is a coward way to take a life, because one, okay, the human body is fragile, but yet it's very, very resilient. And in the aspect of how one views life, how one should view life. If you're going to take someone's life, then okay, let's say somebody got a gun, you got a gun, cool. That is what it is. That's even Steven. But in the aspect of how cats be using that shit on motherfuckers who don't got them, and you know what I'm saying, show up for the scrap, that's some whole shit.
Roguish. Okay. I got to say again, because again, this is perspective basis.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. I don't know how to fight. I'm pretending. I've been pretending all this time. Right. You've called my bluff, right?
Okay.
You've called my bluff. You are that 5% that Kev was talking about.
Okay.
You've tracked my. You've traced my ISP, got my geographical location, got my region geographical location. You're at my door, right?
Of course, you're blasting in such a degree with that. You have to, because you don't know what somebody's showing up with, and the fact that
no. What I'm saying is this, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you know, look, I've said all this about me. You know, I am my height, I am my weight, right. But I'm not as a tough guy. Any experience that I've had fighting, I've never had. Right.
Right.
So you show
up. Prone to shoot
you,
first.
Well, you show up, right? Yeah. You say, "What's up now? I'm here. Yeah. I caught that flight."
Yeah.
What's up now? And so I'm like, shit. So I don't want to be embarrassed because you got the smartphone camera on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying this to everybody in the manosphere. Like, yeah. Fuck. So I go out and I meet you out in the front. What's up now? Like, okay, so we're gonna do it here, or we're gonna go to a gym or something like that. We're doing it here, right now. Yeah. All right, so it's going down, right? So you, so you snap kick to my midsection, you know, left cross to my jaw, elbow to my back. I'm on the ground, having little spasms. I might even shit myself a little bit.
Okay.
Can't catch my breath. Having little spasms, little shit on. I definitely pissed myself, and I might have even shit myself.
Yeah.
So I'm down there, and then you remembered at that time. You remembered that I said, "Just stay in there, baby. I'll have to take care of this." Right? And you look over, and you and my old lady's standing there in a teddy and lace drawers, and she's looking fine, and she's looking at me, and she's looking at you. She looks back at me, covers her hands up, and laughs a little bit, and gives you that arched eyebrow.
Okay.
So
that was a scenario.
You walk in and say, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And it just happened. It just starts going down. Now, obviously, again, I'm pissing on myself, trying to catch my breath, and trying to wonder how many people saw me shit myself. Right? What am I supposed to do in that scenario? You've already proven to be better at this at the fight game than I am.
Right.
What am I supposed to do in that scenario?
Definitely.
Oh, you got to kill. You have to. If there is any shred of dignity,
Nah.
you got to kill. Because hold up, no, wait, Judge Ray. He said it's not going down with his woman.
Well, no, it's the point. So what you have to understand is, again, the perspective.
Right.
You're coming to this from the perspective of somebody who's got a 15-3-2 record.
Right.
You're not coming into it with the guy with the same perspective as a dude that's got a 1-3-15 record.
Right. But here's a question for you. I mean, maybe if you ain't never lost a fight in front of your girl. I mean, maybe because I've been in too many fights. I have.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. It was about back when I remember I lost a fight in the 10th grade in front of my chick. Have I ever been? Yeah, I've been knocked out before in front of a chick. I was being held. Dude came with an uppercut, knocked me out. Now it wasn't going to show you how a nigga save face and how the motherfucker is. Yeah, motherfucker. I came back the next day, and motherfuckers was like, "Man, I'm surprised you show your face." I was like, "No, the motherfucker was holding me. That's why. If nigga want to go again, we can." His was holding my hand. That's why he got a clean shot. I said to go to show. We can fight again. Don't bother me. Maybe I'm just stupid though, but even my girl said, she said,
"Who told you maybe?"
Huh? What? I mean, what? I'm
just trying to figure out who told you maybe.
You stupid, Zilla.
I get it. I didn't hear you.
Oh shit!
Motherfucker already whooped your ass one time. And you go back for more. God damn, man.
Well, he didn't whip my.
Nah, he got snuck.
When it's more than one person,
all right.
He showed up when he gets licked back. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. I hate to say that's the. Hey, I figure like this is if a hand-to-hand combat, it's like this. Well, you don't need no weapons. Only.
I get what you're saying, but just like look, Judge Rogus, just like it doesn't make sense going out there to try to find a wife these days.
But we talking back.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something.
Grown people don't fight no more.
I had a guy tell me one time that it takes a guy getting his ass whooped 19 times to never get his ass whooped by that guy again. Yeah, he's on the 20th time. It's like
what?
Like who gonna sit through 19 ass whoopings with the same guy?
Who the fuck? Who the fuck let their ass?
What if you win like 2 or 3 just along the way? Like you that means that you got to throw the fight 3 times.
Listen, at 16, I stood up to my pops, and I already explained that I didn't want to hurt my pops.
I mean, like, here's the question: like, how many fights? If you had to count all the fights in your life you've been into, how many?
Shit. Easily triple digits. Easily.
Oh, okay. Good. Now, thank you. Here's the question. Now, you've been in triple digit fights. I ain't been in that, man. I maybe like 50-ish. Oh, but I've noticed too as I've gotten older, adults don't fight as much. Like I be ready to fight. They don't want to fight. They don't want to. I mean, I will admit, you got too much to lose. I've been in the last 3 fights I was in. The cops came, but both men were like, "Oh, we just had." I was like, me and my neighbor had a disagreement, and we just worked everything out. And the cop looked at me and said, "Oh, so that's what they call it right now, huh?"
Yeah, I haven't been in a fight in what is it? In 10 years.
No, I'm not gonna fight.
It's been about. I think I was 25. I think.
Do your family get this? Is how you know if you've been in too many fights? Do your family get on you? My family know, like, if anything go down, if I get into an argument with somebody, my family automatically blames me. No, and that's why I've gotten to the point where I don't even say nothing. If I'm not allowed to argue with nobody because my family knows. No, he's just doing that because he like to fight. Stay in the right lane. So you learn, you got that reputation where you before you even start arguing, they already know. No, you tripping. It's like no. After a while,
you kind of have to ask for an ass whooping from me. Now, I am the family Rottweiler pit bull.
Yeah, that's okay.
So.
But your family knows that? So you got talk about.
So if somebody is out of line, I guess you might consider it being aggressive, because if I consider somebody out of line to a family member, I'm gonna let them know that I consider it out of line.
Definitely.
And so that could be considered as being aggressive.
Mostly people put it in that frame and try to gaslight you.
Okay, Kevin, let's go ahead and say, I'll let people know, the children watching this, I'm going to let you know. Trust me.
Here we go.
That fight like these adults are talking about is not worth it. Trust me.
No, it's not.
No, because I ain't going to lie. I went and applied for a job. These motherfuckers come bringing up that felony that I got caught for 20. What the fuck y'all looking back at?
Wow.
I got disqualified because of that.
And that's here's the thing. You bring that up. And so, Kev, your title for the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun. I mean, like, you sit up here and talk all this shit, but when the person's sitting up here and you sitting up here and you know that you are overqualified for this job, and a person like the people love you and all like that, and then somebody see you got you got an aggravated assault charge, then they just look like, what? I mean, you carry yourself kind of well. You seem professional. Just that I would never thought. And I was like, I ain't even gonna lie. I remember I beat the shit out of dude that day. I did. It was wrong and all like that. But if I could have gone back to that day and taken an ass whipping, I would do anything. Because I know if I would have taken an ass whipping, I would have never called the police. And even if the police tried to get me to press charges, it would have never been any charges.
Well, what about if you could have just walked away?
I realized how much money it cost me. That fight right there, I won and all that shit, beat the shit out of dude, and it looked gruesome. That fight right there probably cost me.
I mean, it's gruesome.
That fight cost me $500,000.
Goddamn.
I can believe that.
Right. Considering the type of work that I was doing and what I was doing before, like, I had lost so many deals that I could not get. And if I was counting my career because I was supposed to start, they were like, wait a minute, you still in school? Oh, don't even worry, dude. We're going to hire you tomorrow. We're going to you can come down here and work with me. My first friend doing the exact same shit that I do, he bought his first $250,000 home at 20. Same age I was. And I mean, doing the same exact shit that I was doing.
All because you had to be a badass for just one moment in time.
Right.
Well, with that reference in mind is to bring up. So, given, I guess, from many of our representations here, that it's not what we grew up necessarily with, and the methodology, I'm sure that none of you guys understand internet bullying either, just like I can't.
Right.
I don't understand bullying that you volunteer for.
Right.
You have to read the messages. You have to. I don't know. I don't understand how somebody can bully you through email.
Yeah,
or
you
text
gotta have an intention for it to affect you.
Right. So we have that. But given what Judge Dre just illustrated, is this internet gangstering not better? Considering, right? Nobody, like, we don't know anybody that's we don't know any content creator that shot another content creator.
Right. So that
And they damn sure didn't pimp slap each other through the Ethernet cord.
Facts.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, like, I look back, like, back before I got everything under control, it was so many times that I look back and I just wish that I was dead because how much money I was missing out on. I mean, like, this is for the young people listening. You know, it's just what I mean. I sit up here and think, wow. I mean, yeah, you know, I've been fighting all my life, but all I had to do was maybe not go as far, maybe not beat them up as bad, or maybe I should have just let that go, because when I sit back and think about it, that hit that he did, it was like a bitch hit. It didn't hurt. And I was just like, you know, and then I even thought, I used to even thought, well, maybe I'm just a bully because I done been in more fights. So it's no really fair for me to be fighting somebody because, you know, if you got like more experience, you don't need to fight nobody. It's like, you know, I used to say, beating up a bitch don't make you no man, because you knew the motherfucker was a bitch already.
Right.
I mean, and I literally, I thought maybe, like, when I used to be picked on, maybe I'm the bully. I'm that type of person hit. And it was like, I ain't gonna lie, it tore me up to know that I'm losing all of this network, knowing that I couldn't provide for my kid the way I wanted to. And then just give you an example, a thing that happened that really brought back those memories is when O'Shea Duke Jackson got hit up for the shit that his father had did. I always thought, I remember, like, after I found out that people was blackballing me because of the felony, I was trying to get my son's name changed because I didn't want him to have the same name as me. Because I said, if they're paying attention, they don't look at the years. And they just see felony and you ain't paying no attention no more, you know? And that's what scared me so much. And I'm like, no, change. No, you don't change. I'm like, I was trying to get my son's name. I was fighting with his mother. She didn't want. I'm like, no, change his name, period. Because, I mean, like, they can tell he was only he wasn't even really born. Now, people don't pay attention to that shit. You know how people fan is. You know what I mean? Be like, well, wait a minute. He couldn't have committed this felony. He was only X amount of years old. But to know that, and then when I saw that happen to O'Shea, I was like, damn, and that's what I talked about all that time.
Yeah, well, I can see that. I mean, that's like, so, you know, to the point Judge Ray is making, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You're putting again.
A lot of
if you can walk away, walk away. The glory or the good feeling that it comes from it, it's fleeting at best. Yes, it does change your perception of yourself, and so you might have a bit of haughtiness. It's not worth it.
Well, give an example. This is what happened to me. I beat the dude up, say, like, about a month before. I was 20 years old. I beat the dude up about a month before I landed a $40,000 a year job at 20, which was good. Everybody's making $4-5 an hour. You're going to walk in the door, $40,000 plus bonuses. And then on top of that, they were going to pay off my schooling because they wanted me to stay in school. So they were going to work around my school schedule.
Damn.
On top of that, now that job was I was about to get hired there. So this is how I got caught. So we go, I go to have to pass 5 interviews to get this job. Now think about it, a person 20 years old and you about to crack 60,000 probably after your bonuses and shit. That's pretty good for a person that young. You know, technically you ain't even old enough to drink and you pulling home that type of money. So to do that and to know that we were going out, I remember, we go out, I passed the 5th interview. They're like, yeah, we love you. We're going to be working here. We're just going to do your background check, this shit. Hop in the car that night. I told, hey, what up, fellas? We going out. And they're like, well, no, dog, we ain't got. I said, don't even worry. Just I got everybody because I still had money then, and it was like I got everybody. Don't worry, just bring everybody, your girl, whatever. I got it. We celebrating tonight. We gonna have fun. Everybody gonna get so toe up. We having cabs take us home. Okay, come across the bridge. I'm speeding, but I pull up, get pulled over by the cop. I'm like, yeah, man, dude, I know that I was speeding. So you can just go ahead and give me my ticket and I go about my way because I know I was wrong. He just laughed. He said, well, shit, I was like, dude, man, today was a beautiful day. Nothing can spoil my day. Nothing. He goes to, he's like, all right, cool, man. I'm going to get you out of here. Black cop, real cool. He go back to the car, come back. He's like, dude, they say you got a warrant for felony. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, man. He's like, no. So he like, just stand out the car. He was real nice to me and all that. Didn't rough me up, none of that. Then he called back. He's like, dispatch, you sure, man? This dude don't seem like that type of person. So they're like, well, what's the address? And they said, where this happened? I'm like, dude, that's my address. How the hell I get and I'm sitting there thinking, what, did my woman get play me or some shit?
Right.
I done some shit and try to, I'm like, okay. And then they said, well, what's the victim's name? Once they said the victim name, I was like, oh. And I'm like, for real? He's like, man, this dude don't seem like no dude that, he real calm, cool. And they're like, yeah. And brought me right on in there. And I mean, that was the night that my life changed. And to know that there were jobs beneath you that you wouldn't even take. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was a professional interviewer. I used to go to job interviews to practice and get the job and then turn it down. And
the skill sharp.
You know what I mean? But I'm doing that because I figured that way you could learn how to impress people so you could sell yourself. That's the best way. Even if it's a job you didn't want, you would go and that way I knew that by the time I got to companies I really wanted to work for, I could sell myself in there. And I mean, to know that you go from being like you were making double or triple what your friends were making.
Damn.
Making like nothing.
Yeah. That could put a strain on being able to accept the past.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, given again the topic. Okay, with the internet gangsters. Isn't it better to be an internet gangster than a real gangster?
Definitely.
Yeah, because it's completely fucking harmless.
Well, I would rather be one of the motherfuckers I would rather be one of the motherfuckers that got their ass beat now. If I were, wait a minute, somebody told you, yeah, nigga, you got your ass beat that day. Yeah, but I got $1 million in my pocket.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Who cares about one ass whipping?
But with most guys, it's the ego thing.
Yeah.
It's being toppled when you going around thinking that you've been a badass this whole time. It's kind of that Highlander in all of us too. Can't stand to see another man beat us. So a lot of us make that mistake of making a decision of fucking up our lives. Now at this point in my life, being 40 plus, I'm too old for this shit. I ain't finna catch a flight or none of that crap. It's stupid. Plus, because not only am I an older gentleman, I have a very young daughter, and this is an age where I can't afford to mess up based on the stupid shit some Negro said. Even if they start start talking about family members that are dead. The one thing that I have to anticipate is that I've gotten under their skin so badly that they feel like they have to say stuff. And even though they might be a bunch of goofy Negroes on nigga shit talking about some, ooh, they getting you, man. They so savage, man. Shit. At the end of the day, none of that fucking shit matters. Saving face for me is being the smart. Like I said this on a solo broadcast a long time ago. I said that I know I have people that I have to care about. Well, I got people I care about, and I know I have to carry myself a certain way since I'm in public. Or, it's not only can cause me embarrassment, it can cause them embarrassment as well. Now, if I didn't have a wife and kid, I'd probably be more bananas than I am right now. I used to say shit that, I've said shit that people still mad at me about today. But, it's like, it'd have been kind of overboard. I mean, but still, back in the day, I was still pretty smart with it. I still didn't just get myself into stupid shit and
Right.
live in color or on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this: you can always choose to make the smarter decision. You can always choose to be a cooler person. You don't have to be with the bullshit because, it's like Dre said, it could be a decision that can cost you just about everything.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of
Well, one thing they add to that I've noticed, I said this, man, I ain't gonna lie, that decision right there that I made and fucked up put me through so much hurt, and I'll say like I still sometimes fall back and think about it now. But it put me through so much hurt where I said if I ever wanted to hurt somebody really bad, like, we talk about these women sitting up here and they acting all foolish. I said, this is exactly what you do. If a woman hits you, right, you fall to the ground, right? Fall to the ground and make sure that the ambulance come and pick you up. You realize by falling to the ground and looking like a fool that day right there, you will cause her so much anguish in her life. Because once the ambulance come, the state pick the charges up automatically. So they gonna ride her ass till the wheels fall off.
Equality.
I said, you want to fuck with? All right, I tell them like that. Well, I mean, they ain't gonna. It probably it's still that once they catch a felony for that. Oh my gosh, I ain't even gonna lie. It'll do so much damage. Even though the good thing I say about women is hopefully they just figure, I can just fuck my way. I get me a little simp to take care of me. But it will do so much damage to you, it ain't funny. And I remember I told myself, man, I even told my kid, I said, as you under 18, go ahead and knock motherfuckers out all you want. Once you start getting close to 18, somebody hit your ass and you really, especially if it's in public, you want to fall to the ground like a little bitch, act like you hurt. And have the ambulance come at least. If the ambulance come and help you off the ground, you gonna fuck their life up more than anything. You don't realize, especially if it's another dude, that nigga ain't never getting a good job again. He's gonna have to have skills in a trade or do something. Otherwise, you know what I mean, his life is fucked. And I hate to, give people a battle plan to really fuck somebody's life, but that's really how you fuck somebody's life up, really.
That is an effective way to do it.
Definitely. And I mean, tell him, I said, man, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Because me, I would have never thought about pressing charges on somebody. I'm like, no, man, it was just a fight. Like, even when I've gotten a couple fights older, and I do admit, I think the only reason why I'll probably still fight now, because I'm like, well, fuck it, I ain't got nothing else to lose. So, you know what I mean? And which is stupid now, look at you, like, well, goddamn, you don't come out and say, well, you still ain't learned your lesson? Well, I figure, look, Mom, what? I'm already working for myself. I don't have to worry about working for nobody. I mean, what they gonna do? Say you can't work for yourself no more? I just try to get it. I try to sometimes apply for a job and get in good with here, so that way you can network with people and use that to get more contracts. I said that's why you do that. Hey, yeah, go ahead and work here for a while so people get to know you. People know who you are. Then it's all. But shit. I mean, I'm glad that I can work for myself. I can only imagine what it's like for the people who have no skill. Because, I'm surprised that I'm still here, because there was plenty of times I thought about just ending it.
Turn left onto Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
Because it just takes a lot. I mean, when you know that your net worth done went down in the toilet and it's damn near, like, impossible to cover, because most of the time you trying to impress motherfuckers who ain't even... they ain't got no say-so. They say, hey, man, I want to hire this dude. He's a good dude. No, our insurance won't let us. And we're like, but look, this is a good dude. He'll be the best worker. That don't care. Insurance won't let us.
Turn left.
It's one of those formalities that just really suck. I mean, you could have been the best person qualified for the job, and they just they'll use that. They will, and I'll go ahead and advise black men, especially, listen to the story Dre is telling and heed that shit. You don't want to do anything like that, because you can best believe that there are plenty of pale-skinned pilgrim guys that have done the exact same thing, but were able to keep their jobs and stay in the damn good old boys club.
Well, I've noticed.
Well, that won't even say, like, if they get what Dre got, that's not even going to save them in the good old boy club.
Right.
Oh shit.
No, because they gave me aggravated assault. The only thing higher than that is attempted murder.
Damn.
Also, they don't even sponge. They don't.
If you can't be insured, you can't be insured. It don't matter what color your
Don't
skin
buy,
is.
don't matter. And that's what they said. Like, just literally, I was taking jobs. Hey man, just give an example. I had a company run me. We're gonna do open up. Okay, we figure. Okay, we get some vans. We do some of these deliveries, right? I had a company turn me down for that because of the assault charge 23 years ago. And to show that the shit comes up, I think what really happened is once the felony for the child support, they probably went back and looked for more. Because I tell them, I said, so wait a minute, you're gonna tell me I'm not making enough to pay you guys, so that's a felony. But really, when you put the child support felony on there, that makes them check back even further. So then now they check back there and see, whoa, 23 years ago, you got this charge. Because we see the 3 child support felonies. We see those. But 23 years ago, you got this charge, and you can't work here.
Well, that's why in places like California, New Jersey, New York, a few others, they have a rule that they can't go back 7 years or 7 to 10 years. They can't go back over 10 years or 7 years, depending which states. Some of them are even 5 years.
Well, just give an example, because and for the people that sit up here and say, "Oh man, I mean, people say, man, child support ain't no felony, dude, man." I done had my background check run about 6 times in the last month. I can show you it is. I even got a copy of my background check that I'll show to people if they want to show these young kids don't fuck up like I did.
On top of that, look, and again, just consider what Kev said. On top of that, consider what he's saying. Consider what I'm co-signing on that. Like, yeah, you want to fucking go through life on hardcore mode. Get a felony early.
Facts.
You want to go through life on nightmare mode. Get a felony earlier and knock up 1, 2, or 3 women.
1, 2, or 3. I mean, at least hopefully the pussy's good, on the way there, because it has to be a glass half full somewhere. But outside of that, nightmare scenario.
But also too, then let you know like that's the reason why I got so many kids. I ain't gonna lie, because after I got the felony and I lost everything, like people knew me before, so they figured, oh, he'll bounce back. So the women still were around because they can peep out successful people. And I ain't gonna lie, I got into a depression to where only thing that really that took my mind off of it was sex. I was having too many sexual partners.
Damn, yeah.
Hey, yo, on that note, I've been up probably about damn the 3 4 hours, so I'm finna mash. Yo, thanks for the sharpening, brothers. I'll see y'all on the flip. Long live the habitual line steppers.
Long live Rogish.
And you better get out of here too before I whoop your ass. I was gonna tell him that I was tired of him being on this panel, and it was time for him, to get the fuck up out of here. Because
Gangsta. Wait a minute, Judge, you over there talking shit? See, that's what I'm tired of.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking what I'm talking, nigga. I'm talking what I'm talking. You smelling shit off your lip, nigga. That's what's happening.
Right. Catch a flight, Judge. You didn't put Judge in your name until I did it. If I copied off of me, you better give me a shout out every time you log in because you copied off of me, boy.
Oh man. Hurt, man. Somebody got their shit off. Hey, you got Chaos Rain up here, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Yeah.
Hey, what's good, man? Long live the real habitual line steppers. Many habitual line steppers. Lots. Respect to Kev, Kev is very influenced. I joined the Facebook group. It's very intriguing, on how people get their feelings in the Facebook group. I bet you some women that come on there, they find, oh my God, these niggas talking about this. It's so toxic. I said, no, baby. Makes you pussy wet, right? Don't lie. Don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes that time about they want to call you a queen and stuff. You don't hear that bullshit. You want him to say, bitch, shut the fuck up. And I said, oh, you cuss my butt. Then again, it makes that pussy tingle. Like,
man, let me tell you something, man. All that nice shit, all that polite shit, I mean, you really don't need to do that. Hey, girl, let me open this door for
Of course
you.
you do. They aren't even queens anymore. They're quangs.
Queens.
They're quangs.
Yeah.
They are queen kangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the honesty of the group. I mean, at least people can come there and just let it all hang out. I mean, you know, it's funny too, man. But I mean, it's been going on for years.
Oh, Kevin, why you let this bitch ass nigga on this damn show, man? Catch a flight, man.
Man, slacker.
Yeah, man. You know, you better start ducking and dodging, man.
Right, man.
Slacker, man. That's why you wouldn't be in my space right now, because if you was in these spaces, you'd be catching these hands, feet, knees, and elbows right now.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Well, I'll be done whipped your ass with an Ethernet cord.
Yeah. Shoot.
We've been playing Trisha. Right hand green, left hand blue.
Shit. Hell of that space, you know, that space bar though, man. Shit. Fuck with my space bar. But anyway, man, listen, it's been two.
My mouse has 25 keys on it.
Say what?
My mouse has 25 keys on it.
How the hell you get
25 different ways for me to master whooping your ass with just my mouse.
Yeah, man, shit. Hey, but you know what though? For those of you watching out here, the point is, man, it really is no point to that shit. I mean, it's like who's gonna sit up there and get the most gangster points for the most shit talked on the internet?
Right.
I will control, alt, delete all over your ass.
Out there, this is what you do. Don't go down that road fighting and shit. Don't fuck your life up. If anything is, just be one person's ass real good when you're young, under 16, and you hopefully you shouldn't have to fight again. But try to avoid it at all costs. It's just nothing good comes from it. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And the clout that you get, I mean, clout from motherfuckers who can't do shit for you. What?
Yeah.
Sister Doris, don't be talking shit out there. I will alt F4 your ass.
You know, to know that I just know that I was sitting there looking at houses for $300,000 back then. Now this is the type of house this gonna be a starter home. And to know that, you know, because you sit up here and say 300,000 ain't a lot, but 20-something years ago, that was a lot for a big ass house. I mean, think about it. Gas was only what, $1.25 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and to know that you sitting up here looking at a house that's gonna run you $300,000, and you know that you can pay that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I sit there and laugh because at that time I had enough money where my woman didn't have to work. You know, that's a feeling right there when you think about it. You're like, well, wait a minute, dude. You were damn near 21 and your broad don't have to work.
Yeah.
You can pay 2 car notes. You could pay the rent. You could pay, you know what I mean? To know that you had enough income to do that. And then you go back down to, I hate to say it's like average. I ain't even gonna lie. The worst thing, you sitting up here and you don't worry about what other people think about you. You might think that that's bad. No, the worst thing is when you sit up here and you mad at yourself. That tears you up more than any other person talking. When you know that, man, this is beneath me. I mean, that right there, it's hard to live with yourself like that.
This man said he sunk down to average at best.
Yes, I mean, well, I ain't gonna lie. I remember when I was talking to my psychiatrist back then. And I remember I told her, I said, she said, that's the truth. And they had other people. They had, oh my gosh, for you, because they just knew that I'd probably be one to be dead in a couple of years. They even had other people come in and sit in sometime. And you're like, you don't mind? And this one's like, no, go ahead, right ahead. I said, oh. And I said, you know, you're really fucked up in life. When think about this tomorrow when you get up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, don't you know when your body becomes self-aware that you're laying on the bed before you even open your eyes? And the first thought through my mind would be, damn, I'm still here. Before I even open my eyes in the morning. That's a bad place to be. You'd be like, God damn, I didn't die in my sleep last night. I was hoping this shit was over.
Well, God damn, you ain't even want to do none of the work.
But I mean, think about that though. Like when you when you wake up tomorrow, I want you to sit and think about that. Like when you first feel the you know, like when you lay in the bed, you can feel where you are. You can feel the position of your body before you open your eyes, and know that the first thing you know of before you come self-aware is, damn, I'm still here to live this fucked up life. That's a really bad place to be in. And unfortunately, as a black man, they want to put you in that place.
Yeah, you know the old adage. You know how the old adage goes, right? Life truly does suck, but it's up to us on a day-to-day basis how much it sucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they're basically what they're telling you is stay positive and boo boo biscuits.
That's why I tell people. I say, hey, how the fuck you gonna tell me? Oh, you could be. I told remember the psychiatrist. I said, so wait a minute, you gonna tell me that I'm used to making 2 to 3 times what people in my group make, and then I'm going back to average? All that because technically I just defended myself from a motherfucker who's trying to kick my ass. I mean, like, where do you see the irony in that?
And you karate that motherfucker though, from according to you, man.
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
but he kept.
You,
I mean, plain and simple is like he said, like dude was saying. Sometimes you got to put a motherfucker down to where they don't get back up. Because remember, I told you the worst fight I ever saw. I saw a dude one time in 7th grade. Dude got up, beat the shit out of one dude, knocked him down there. He was out for like 3 seconds. He walking around the room talking, yeah, motherfucker, I done did this shit. The nigga got up off the ground, beat the shit off the dude that just knocked him out for 2 seconds. I mean, like literally. And I mean, like he beat the dude so bad that after the security came and grabbed him and took him away, dude was laying down asleep in the classroom for like 3 minutes before they could get him up.
damn.
And I mean, I saw him and that's why I remember telling my son, no, motherfucker, when you put it down, you make sure they stay down. Because I seen a person get, and I mean, he knocked out teeth, cracked his he broke the dude's arm. I'm pretty sure somebody cracked the rib or something. But I mean, like, literally, dude, front was gone. And I mean, like, when he went down, he just kept bumping him. And I'm like, see, that's why he's walking around shit. Like he was the shit. And that's what
Hey, Dre, you sound like internet spaghetti. Barely hear you now.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
But I mean, that's what I said, man. You got to realize after you get to that point, you be like, oh no, I don't even play around no more. I even told my son, no, man, because even my son knew. I remember when he got into a fight in school, and I'd go pick him up and all like that. And the principal came, and so she talking about, well, a cousin wouldn't stop fighting, and he was like, what is that? I said, no, you don't stop fighting until they pull you off you. That way, you make sure that motherfucker stay down, and you don't give him a chance to get back up. And so I said, once the security people come and pull you up, that's when you stop. And I remember he said, but my dad told me if I stop fighting, he gonna beat my ass. So he said, fat figure, I'm gonna go ahead and initiate ass whipping. And they looked at me and said, I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's the rule in my house. And they just looked at me like, damn. But I said, that's the rule. I said, because I've seen it happen twice, where a person just take that L right afterwards. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come over.
Well, let me say something, Kev, while he's on the phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to the gangsters behind the computer screen, they're not gangsters, they're pussies. Let's be honest. Most average dudes not gonna say what they're gonna say in front of another man's face. Let's keep it real. Because the threat of violence that will lead to injury and death is imminent. Other men respect other men. I don't give a fuck who they are, what size they are, etc. You're not gonna sit there and talk that same cash ass shit through the internet, through your keyboard, and when I say it to a person's face.
Yeah.
And that's the honest truth.
Yeah, I brought this point up earlier. I said the way they talk on this internet, could you sit in a room full of people and say that same thing without them walking away or actually having that same aggressive energy? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think 99% of the time the answer would be no. But let me get some shout outs, and it's about that time. So, Y Skinner Man Caves, Frederick Wells, Winston Tokahisa. Shout out to you guys. The Roger Report Live. Long live the habitual line steppers. And you should be subscribed to Roger. He's the Monday through Friday guy. He's the hottest morning show on social media, Monday through Friday.
Tell him to catch a flight.
Yeah, and catch a flight. That's what catch a flight. God damn it.
9 a.m., right?
God damn it. But listen, I'm finna go. We gotta go into final statements because I'm just like Rogish. I've been up nearly 24 hours. I mean, without a nap. So, all right, Dre, Chaos, whichever one.
Go ahead. I gotta make a phone call. So go ahead. I'm done.
Okay. All right, Dre. Thanks for coming through, man, once again, and sharing your experiences and as usual, a couple of cautionary tales. But one thing I do like about Judge Dre is that he owns his shit. Is something that they say that we black men don't do, but that's a goddamn lie, and doesn't get much more direct than that. So, what up, Chaos Rain?
All right. I guess I'm gonna close out with if there's a heaven. If there is a really heaven, the niggas are living in hell on earth right now. And they're exuding their hellish behavior ways via internet and feeling more masculine more than ever. Have you ever noticed, Kev, that throughout the internet, that a lot of males that never show forms of real masculine aggression have shown it through behind the lens of a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, while covering their face? We don't see what these people look like. We're not sure if they're black or white, but they get so bold and energetic when they're around Negroes. They talk so much cash shit. They pump in their chest. Yeah, we will fuck you up. I say, okay, cool. You want to do that in front of my place? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that's nice. That sounds sweet. Okay. Yeah, you go find me where I live. Why you want to know where I live? You're not gonna do nothing. If it was that important, you would use your tech skills, your innovations. Since you're so creative with the keyboard, no, you kind of misspell words constantly, and some people say, "What? I type fast." Well, you type fast, but you should not be misspell words. Make sure you read before you send. That tells me you're lazy. Either you're lazy or you're not really good with words. I think the third grade reading level is known for a lot of us Negroes out here because your mother's failed you. She let you go to school. She'll sit down your ass, make sure you're reading 30 minutes a day. Hell, she's not even reading to you, period. So you develop a lazy habit to not improve. So it shows reflected not only how you express yourself through talking, but also through keyboard. So, like I said, this gangster type keyboard shit, I would say it should stop, but these niggas ain't gonna stop because it's entertaining to them. It makes them feel bad boys. It's like, back in the day you probably were bullied, and now this is the only time you could get back at people because now you're on the internet or you're showing your expression through either on live panels or behind, a desktop or whatever. So, like I said, it will never end. And like I said, niggas are expressing their hellish behaviors on hell on earth, and pray that if they go, that there is a heaven wait for them, and enough virgin women ready for them to spread their pussy jaws and get ready to get fucking heaven. So we shall see. We shall see.
Okay, Chaos Rain. Thanks for that input, and thanks for coming through once again.
Long live Line Steppers.
All right, long live, brother. Long live. Listen up, guys. You have to use discretion, especially in 2021. You can't sit there and, like I said, do things that just will mess up your life, or making stupid choices. And you know how we are here in these black spaces of YouTube. We're all about not making stupid choices. We're all about also calling people out for making stupid choices. So don't be one of those people. Here's the thing: internet bullies and internet gangsters and whatever else you want to call them, internet trolls. They don't affect me too much. They do have a tendency to affect other people sometimes, and one of the best things to do really is to not berate the person that is getting bullied or getting trolled. I mean, unless they deserve it, of course. Um, one thing is we have to get back to our original toughness. I would say that we so concentrate on the culture and the behaviors of the culture, which is great, but we need to get back to the point where we can assert ourselves in such a way that does not lead to anger and talks of wanton violence and lack of productivity, because lack of productivity is what's got our culture and our quote unquote community in this position in the first place. Inter- but I'm gonna tell you the truth, internet gangstering, that shit is funny to me, because I mean it's nothing that it's nothing any amount of words can do to make you feel like that you are in danger. And I don't care what those social justice warriors say about, oh my God, words hurt. No, I mean, it's whatever on that one. I mean, I haven't met a word yet that has injured me. Period. But just for starters, I mean, it's like you said, it's like wearing a bonnet in public. You care about public perception. You're really supposed to care how people see you on the external. And when you do little stupid shit, that's going to affect your external. And just like in my case, in some of your cases too, there's like when you decide to do things like get married and birth a child, it's not just about you anymore. It's about those people that you make that commitment to. So all this internet gangstering, all this catch a flight, uh, all this other stuff, we just got to grow up a little bit. That's all. I mean, nobody's asking anyone to get run over, because I don't want to get run over by anyone. I don't want to get bullied by anyone. But I have my own way of handling that thing, and I can tailor it to the internet without cursing you out, without threatening to catch a flight, without doxing. Is what the end of the day. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is use your talent to do whatever you need to do, and make it funny. Because that's the true shit kicker right there. Make it funny. Show people what you got. You are on a platform that allows that kind of media, and it doesn't always have to be reduced to embarrassing stupidity. But I do understand that's one of those things that we are so used to as far as our people that it's a tough thing to let go. And it's so entertaining for us to see it sometimes. We don't realize how dumb it actually looks. So let's just use a little bit more critical thinking than what what than what we're used to. I don't want to see I don't want to see us harming us any more than we've already been harmed under unnecessary circumstances. But with the internet, all you have to do is basically turn off your device and walk away, and enjoy what you can really feel and smell and touch and taste and enjoy. Because that's what life's about at the end of the day. At least for some of us. For others, it's mass chaos, and hopefully you find your way through it. No pun intended to the guest chaos ray, but yeah, yeah. So that's it. Till Saturday night. Long live the habitual line steppers. And Kev, we trust. Thank you for tuning in.